Well, last week we put it out there to enter into the comments that we were wondering if we should take the fringe off of the Ranger. We had an overwhelming response that it's definitely time to remove the fringe off of the back of the Ranger. It'll probably make it a little bit more convenient for us as well to be able to put our milk bucket and grain and different things into the back without having to always open up the back hatches. So thank you for your response, and we will be removing the fringe from the Ranger. Thank you very much. This pickup truck we've been using for bringing milk buckets down and grain up to the calves, and basically we've been using it like a side-by-side, and it's been doing really good for us. Although we took it through the river one day and couldn't figure out why we had this terrible scratching noise. And I'm not sure what exactly happened. We thought a rock got into the brakes, but it appears that the pads came off of the metal and then started rubbing on the rotors. So we're gonna have to replace the brakes. Now I went to town to pick up some brakes, and turns out they were the wrong kind. They gave me the kind for the 4-wheel drive model, and this is only a 2-wheel drive model. So I will be showing you some of the brake work that I'm going to be doing. Alright, so I got the fringe now parked here in the garage, and I'm going to take the rotors off and measure them and make sure that I order the right ones this time, because going to town is no little deal out here in the country. And then I'm also going to bring the rotors with me just in case there's a core, and also just in case they need to measure them out there. So let's get started. This week we also planted a bunch of garden outside. We planted 6 rows of corn, and Terry is just getting prepared now to till up a bit more ground for carrots, potatoes, and maybe even beets. So I'll show you here where we planted the corn. So this is where we planted the corn here. There's 6 rows staked off from the corner of the propane tank there over to here, and then there's 2 stakes over there. And this is the area here that we're going to till up and make into a potato patch, carrots, and beets. ready for planting potatoes, carrots, and beets. Today also we are going to be showing you a tour of the carriage house and the point at which it is finished. I hope you enjoy this. We'll also be working on the bathtub. The bathtub had plastic film that they put over it to protect it, but the bathtub's been sitting up there for now 8 years and the plastic is pretty much molded to the bathtub. So we're gonna have some fun trying to remove that. So I'm going to take you for a quick tour through the carriage house. So here we are at the front entrance, and right now it's looking a bit shabby. As you can see, the siding has not been done, and the siding is, the Tyvek is in really bad shape, just because this house has sat for 8 years without any work being done on it. So Terry and I are hoping that new Tyvek will get put on, but we won't be surprised if siding just gets put on right over top of this old stuff. So through the front door, we enter kind of a area that is just plywooded off. That there is the door that enters into the suite. And then over here we've got an area that will be the laundry room. Excuse the big bang, I just tripped over a bit of trim that is being painted. So yeah, the washer and dryer will go there. A shelf for a hot water tank. And this area here, when you first saw me come into the area, there was a shower that will be going into this area. And a spot for a sink and a toilet. So that will be the laundry room slash second bathroom. Over here we've got all of the solar equipment. Down in this black box area is all the batteries. That's a shelving unit that Terry and I built. It has got a lot of our junk on there. So into the suite. First of all, we start by climbing quite a set of stairs. That should keep us both in good shape. And first of all, we enter the kitchen area. Sink, a bit of counter space. Some cabinets. There might be some more cabinets going over here over the sink. It's going to be determined by whether or not there is cabinets that will fit left. These were used cabinets that they bought in the city. Wooden countertops. Should be interesting. There's our view out the kitchen window. And this is going to be where the refrigerator goes. Just behind the wall here. That's going to be where the stove goes. And the vent up there. this area is going to be the living area. Another view of the yard out of the living area. And then the other window in the living room is this sliding door that goes onto a patio, which is covered in garbage at this point and scaffolding. Out of here we can see the back of the solar panels and this great view over top of the mountains and field. And then over here we've got a small spare bedroom with a skylight. Very small room here. I don't know if you can see, but the ceiling comes down quite low on the walls. Actually, it does everywhere in this suite. And so back through the kitchen and then to the master bedroom. This is a small little area here that we plan to put a desk and have kind of like an office space. This is the bathtub I was telling you about that we're going to be working on. And master bedroom window 1 out at the front yard, and all the way around to window 2, again the fields and mountain. And then back around through here is going to be where the master bedroom is going to be. Sink on this side, the big bath in here. Oops. And toilet down there. We are going to attempt to take the film, plastic film, off of this bathtub. Better, but as you can tell through the time lapse, we were having a lot of difficulty getting the last little bit of plastic out of the bottom. So we are going to try a different approach. It is incredible, but the power washer always runs out of fuel just before I'm done a project. Well, that was amazing. All that picking and scratching and messing around, and we got it done in a few moments with the pressure washer. Terry and I are on another waterfall adventure. We are heading back from town to pick up the brakes for the fringe, and we come across this sign that says there's a waterfall. It certainly sounds like there's one, so let us check it out. Way down just said it feels creepy. Oh man, that does feel scary. It is so far down there. Oh my, I don't dare to get close to the edge of that. Oh, here's a tree we can hang on to. Maybe I can turn around and look down now. Oh man. I don't know if you can see how far down that is, but that's got to be a good 150 feet down. Wow. Here's another tree I can lean on. Isn't that amazing? Wow.
Bring your kids here.
No, you don't think you should bring your kids, eh?
No,
You got to sit down and take a little break.
that'll be a little nerve-wracking. Almost like a gardenia or something.
Ah.
But it's not. It doesn't look like one.
All right, we're just back from town now. We got these brake drums, visited a beautiful waterfall, and we're ready to get busy on assembling these brakes for the fringe. So it looks like I have to remove the old seal very carefully because I did not buy a new seal because I didn't realize that I would need one. Okay, so both of these parts are very dirty. I was able to get the seal out without damaging it all by putting a nut against the old bearing and prying against the old bearing instead of on the edge of the seal. Okay, so we're here behind the barn and we're going to unload the fringe because we had an overwhelming response that the fringe has got to go. I am personally happy about it too. It'll make this truck a lot more accessible and user-friendly. So today we shall be removing the fringe. Okay, so we've got the canopy off and the fringe, and there we've got it. We need now for you to put into the comments what you think we should call this vehicle now, because I don't think we can call it the fringe no more. We basically use it as our side-by-side. So we use it for going up into the mountains, exploring, and then we basically use it every day to bring the milk buckets down to the barn and bring the milk up to the house and all that. So drop in the comments what you think we should call this vehicle now that the fringe is off. Thank you. All right, I hope you enjoyed this week's video. I know it was a little bit on the long side, but I think it was all stuff that was very exciting and interesting. So please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share it with your friends. Thank you. Goodbye.